Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I feel Telcoin is a sleeping giant, and nobody will see this coming, as this particular project has a lot of layers, and it also has some key inroads that could take Telcoin to the next level. So we're going to dive into it in this video. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, only use risk capital, and thank you to those who continue to support the channel. So Telcoin is up 1.31% on the daily. So good to see a little bit of green. And we're sitting at 0.004 and some change. Sitting at roughly a $368 million market cap and 1.7 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. Now, the good news is, again, we're seeing a little bit more buy pressure than sell pressure on the tail and wrapped ETH pair. And the same goes for the tail USDC Polygon pair. A little bit more buy pressure than sell pressure. So we definitely want to keep trending towards this direction with having more buy pressure. And, again, who better to do it than the community, as you can DCA, as this has been on a discount over the last month. If we look like over the last month, we were sitting at 0.006 and we pulled back. So if this is something you believe in, definitely an opportunity to buy some on a discount. I bought me another bag today because I believe in Telcoin and what they're doing. But I want to get into kind of the premise of this video. Nobody saw this coming. And the first point I want to talk about is Telcoin Bank. What Telcoin has done is essentially their blockchain connects to traditional payment rails, so it makes it easier for traditional finances like banks to hook to the blockchain and be able to provide crypto type services or any type of banking services on the blockchain. And Paul Nooner said something very, very interesting in a video here pertaining to this and the ability of what Telcoin is trying to achieve that can propel this project. So listen in closely.
Awesome. So, what's next on Telcoin's roadmap? What's something that you're excited about going live within the next quarter or two?
So we're obviously really excited to turn the digital asset bank on in the U.S., but we're also focused very heavily on within a year getting to where we have 3 billion people addressable market, 3 billion people that can open an account with us or download our app and get a local bank account number directly flowing into their country's a digital cash equivalent of their currency. And so that's kind of our North Star, at least from the consumer product standpoint. And that's something we're really excited about.
Awesome.
So that's very interesting. So basically, what Telcoin is trying to achieve again, so Telcoin Bank, a digital bank, aim to offer their services to 3 billion people. So essentially, you'll be able to open up a local bank account and it'll connect to your local currency, which is a game changer. And again, nobody else is doing it. Telcoin is kind of leading the charge to do so. But imagine that happening, opening up to 3 billion people. That's 3 billion customers right there that is creating more and more buy pressure on Telcoin's token. So this is definitely a not only Telcoin Bank having that fully operational, but being able to service that many customers that quick, again, is setting up to be nobody saw this coming. So definitely a great clip there by Paul Nooner. And if we look at Telcoin, another thing that Telcoin has is they are a GSMA member. And by being a GSMA member, this is kind of like a great networking opportunity and allows you to essentially network and connect with other businesses. And here's the thing that's kind of slept on with Telcoin. So they're a GSMA member, And if you look through, and I'm not going to go through all this, but if you look through this list, all these, literally all these particular companies here, Telcoin would have access to network with, provide information about Telcoin Bank, and provide information to telecoms and and try to get them onto blockchain technology. But again, Airtel is one we're familiar with. Amazon is right here. Apple is here. AT&T is a big one. Imagine all it takes is a a key partnership to take this to the next level. Imagine like an announcement where Telcon says we have a partnership with AT&T, or we have a partnership with Amazon, or we have a partnership with Verizon. And let's see, there was another one down here too. I want to say I thought I saw, yeah, Boost Mobile. That's another one. So you have this entire directory, and you're a member of this. This allows you to go to different networking events and network with all these companies. But being in here gives, again, this is what I'm talking about as far as those key inroads. These are the key inroads why Telcoin is setting themselves up for success. It's like pretty much who you know, who you're associated with, and to be able to, again, network with these particular companies, be innovative with these particular companies, share ideas. This is an absolute game changer, and it's slept on. So this is a list in here of not only telecoms, but just different merchants as a whole. Because remember, different merchants can also connect to the Telcoin network. It doesn't have to be telecom. It can be any type of business model that makes sense. And what else is going to happen? So once we have like that, we've already had a couple of partnerships announced. I know the game company was one. That was a nice sentiment boost. There was another company as well. But again, all it takes is one big partnership to shift everything. In my opinion, that's going to shift community sentiment. And we've seen it already happen with Telcoin. I believe it was November 2024, we had like a little run up because of the bank hearing was near. And then the announcement that we are finally approved as a digital asset bank in February shot us up well past 1 cent, and sentiment was high. So we've seen these patterns before with Telcoin, and the ability for the community to continue to spread the word. And we've seen that sentiment shift. So I definitely feel we can do that. And once we have that sentiment shift, what's going to happen? Like I mentioned, we're going to have those green candles, and the best advertisement is green candles. No matter where you are with a project, the best advertisement is having those green candles and people saying, well, what's going on? And the volume picks up. That's another thing. Once you see that buy volume picking up and the volume picking up, people are like, okay, I need to get a bag of this. For me personally, again, I'm investing in my future. So it does not bother me that it's down. I'd rather see this thing through than to like throw my hands up and say, oh no, forget it. Because again, crypto and blockchain technology is the future. So what I'm doing is embracing it, and I'm seeing what works and what doesn't work. To me, Telcoin leadership has done a lot. There's a lot of people within Telcoin leadership that I'm impressed with. That's another reason why I'm invested in Telcoin, is because of their leadership. And there's not just one person. There's a team of people working to make this successful. And I feel with this team and this pairing, they will definitely come through and take it to the next level. And again, here's some little fun images that I put together of the blockchain connecting to the bank, and then Telcoin essentially having those key inroads to GSMA, which will make Telcoin a household name in the future. So I hope this video provided you some value and provided a little insight far as nobody saw this coming, as you and I, we know about Telcoin, but who else will be, some people may be, again, caught off guard far as when Telcoin starts to go on a run, they're going to be caught off guard. So glad to be a part of this community and a part of Telfam and have a bag already ready to go as we continue on into 2025 and hoping for some positive momentum. I want to thank you for listening and thanks for stopping by.